Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with freebets.com, Empire, Fightstorm, Forged Irish Stout. Firstly, I haven't caught up with you this week, Adam. I'm sure we'll do a bit in depth at some point, but what a pleasure it is to see you back.
Thanks, Charlie. Really nice to see you as well. I feel a lot stronger. It's lovely to be here in Saudi. Great to have been invited over by both Tyson and AJ's teams, and great wins for Joe Parker and Joshua tonight. I mean, both of them were fantastic, and yeah, Deontay was disappointing, but a really, really good night of boxing, and Joshua capped it just there with a terrific performance. I've really enjoyed the trip over, and thank you for asking. I feel much better, I feel well, and looking forward to getting back to the kids and the family and my wife for Christmas, and maybe ready to go again in 24.
We look forward to that. Let's talk a little bit about what we just saw unfold in the ring. Anthony Joshua teamed up with Ben Davison. Very quickly, the style we saw, quite recognisable, throwing the jabs, the feints early on, forcing Otto Wallin to retire at the end of the fifth. Pretty punch perfect there from Anthony Joshua.
I thought Joshua's best performance in a long, long time. Obviously, he's enjoyed his work with Ben Davison, who's a terrific trainer. He had obviously Tyson Fury, he knew about Otto Wallin, and he's done wonders with Lee Wood. And I think that Joshua listened, he's a sponge and he likes to learn. And I thought he was terrific. He executed that jab fantastically from the opening round. He took centre ring. He just busted up poor Otto Wallin, who retreated into his shell. And I thought Joshua was terrific tonight. He took his time, but he was aggressive and he was smart and he was sharp, and it was a really good display.
Otto was IBF number 2. Obviously, there was so much talk in the build-up about Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder potentially. We know that that's not the case. Maybe now that Filip Hrgović fight for the IBF, we expect the belts to get fragmented at some point.
All good plans in the heavyweight division, of course. Joe Parker comes alive. Do we want Joshua Parker too? The first one wasn't great, but they're both different fighters now. And of course, Filip Hrgović had a facile win, didn't he, tonight? And he's right up there. So look, there's plenty of fights that can be made. Heavyweight divisions is fantastic. Obviously, we've got the big one with Fury and Usyk in a few weeks' time. But Joshua's really announced himself back again, I think. I thought it was terrific tonight.
How do you have Anthony Joshua's chances against sort of your Zhilei Zhangs, your Filip Hrgovićs now?
I mean, really good. I think they're terrific fights to be made. I think, AJ has had a lot of criticism. I think people have been questioning his mental strength and how he was this week. I just know that he's a competitor and he's a winner, and he listens as well. And I think that obviously the partnership with Ben has been fantastic. I spoke to Ben briefly before the fight tonight, and he said, I expect a really positive performance. I expect a stoppage as about that time that it did, and he executed his work perfectly, Joshua. So I think tonight was a bit about the corners. It was a bit about Joshua listening to Ben Davison and getting that tactics absolutely right and showing it in the ring, where it's so hard to do. You can do it in sparring and in the gym, but you've got to do it under the lights. He did it brilliantly. And as for Andy Lee, masterminding Joe Parker over Deontay Wilder, absolutely fantastic raiding. He just was wonderful tonight, Joe. His footwork was great. He was fit. He was prepared to take some punches and some risks, and he got too close at times. I thought he was great, and terrific. I'm sure Tyson is delighted back home, and the whole camp are really happy. Joe's a great guy, he really is, and he deserves this sort of win. So I'm really pleased for him, and I'm sure Deontay's got a little bit left in him. He'll go back to his kids, as he said. It was his daughter's birthday today, and he'll be back next year, I'm sure, maybe for one last hurrah. But it's going to be great, isn't it, 2024? Some big heavyweight fights to be made.
Just lastly, are we going to see you back in the mix in 2024?
I hope so, Charlie. I've obviously had a brutal year with health. I've come back from very aggressive cancer. I'm free of it now. I'm probably 90%. I feel stronger. I reckon January, February, I'll look to sort of get back in, whether it's behind the mic or it's in another role, I don't know, but I'm not going to be too far away from boxing.
For me personally, I can't wait for it. Adam, always lovely seeing you. Thank you for speaking to us at Boxing Sun.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.